Welcome to Success, Love, and Fulfillment Secrets, the place where you discover powerful distinctions to spiral your life upwards.
Soraya has an incredible amount of wisdom and discernment.
The results that I've been having, they've been amazing. I've been blown away, having a better state of mind.
I've been able to turn my marriage around. I've been able to find direction in my professional life.
My name is Soraya Altana. I am a life designer, and I am here to inspire you to design a life you love.
Now I know where I'm going, what do I want. My results are being outstanding. Happy for the experience and happy for the results, and I'm happy.
Working with Soraya will move your life forward in ways that you don't even realize.
I have a sense of hope, and I can become the leader that I want to become with my family and with my business.
Ready? Let's discover your secret of the day. Hi, this is Soraya Altana, and I am so grateful that you and I get to share this space in today's topic, which talks about commitment. And I was talking recently to somebody, one of my clients, and they were telling me about the relationship and how they didn't know if they were going to make it work or not, because in their own words, relationships do not always work out, and there is an option that they could split, right? And through this conversation, the highlight of this was why would we have an open door, a back door open, considering and constantly giving the eye to the door and seeing what the possibilities are to get out. And when you're thinking about commitment, it's such a big word. And in this day and era, we've made commitment a different kind of concept. And online dating has also created a very disposable sort of form of relationship, right? If you don't like what you see, if you don't like what they said, if they misspell something, it's like swipe left. You do not care anymore. And the problem with that is that in this society of today and this era, it's so easy for us to make things disposable. Not only a relationship, more than ever, marriages end up in divorce. And I'm not justifying, or I'm not saying that shouldn't be, and that there are not reasons for that. What I'm saying is, what is our concept of commitment? What is our concept of making things work? Is it that when the going gets tough, then we can do as simply as swipe left, terminate the contract, get out, stop the phone calls, and break up with somebody over text, or don't even talk to your friend anymore? So there is a number of things that we're constantly doing in this day and era where we are stopping constantly. And then we want to create great things, but we continually stop. So one of the things that I want to talk to you about is stop stopping. What are you doing when you start something, a business, an enterprise, a project, a relationship, an idea that you said, you know what, I need to sign up for this because I know it's going to change my life. But then you don't follow through. Where do you stop? Where do you end? Why do you stop? So stop stopping. And what about the time when we commit and we say we're going to be there, but then we are not there, or we come late, or we just don't show up and we don't tell anybody because we don't think that it really makes a difference anymore, right? So what is it that you're doing for yourself? How are you living life? What are the standards that you're setting for yourself? And if you really want to change your life, then what you got to do is raise your standard. If you're not following through, stop stopping. If you are saying, I'm going to try to do this, I usually tell my clients, if they see me and if you coach with me, you know that I'll pull out scissors and say, language is everything. So if you try has a point of stop by definition. Try is not follow through. Try is not accomplishment. Try is an attempt, and the attempt has a finish point, and trying is stopping. And so stop stopping. What are you doing? And if you're thinking of commitment, then I want to invite you to realize that all we got is the power of our word. That if we say we're going to be somewhere at one time, we are at the time. And it's not 5 minutes late, and it's not ever late. It's not even sometimes earlier. It's right on time. And I know that I went through a training that really drilled this into my head. I didn't realize how much the power of my words and the power of my commitment, and that I am my word. And when we commit, it makes us such a difference in our lives. Do we take that lightly, or would you just say it? You know, I had one time, a silly example is I had a Christmas dinner. I had 18 people, and it was a sit down dinner. And we were waiting for a couple to arrive. And it was like about an hour, and they were not showing up. And I was contacting them, and I was texting them, and I was calling them, and they would not answer. And then they end up saying that they were not going to come. And I talked to them the following day, and they said, well, you know what? It's just that we left the keys. We got locked out, and we just figured, but we broke in, and we'll just stay home. And I said, how easy is it for us to just give our word and to say, I apologize. If you're gonna break your word, then you gotta clean that mess, or you can negotiate or rearrange that. But we take it so lightly. And the purpose of my conversation with you today is to invite you to realize, what are you doing to your life, and what are you doing to your commitments, and what are your commitments? And if you're going to commit, then you want to consider some things. 30%, everything that you want, of a commitment, of a desire, of a deep desire of, I want to go after this. I want to go after the girl. I want to go after the company. I want to go after this project and these studies and this trip, whatever it is, my bucket list. 30% of this is clarity. Clarity of what? Being so clear. This is what I want. Because clarity leads you to have confidence in you. And that confidence leads you to power, which leads you to take action. So that's the first step, is be so clear on your what. And then be clear on your why. 60% is why. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to be with a girl? Why do you want to stay in relationship with your significant other? Why do you want to stay in that job that sometimes you might hate, but it's going to take you to where you want to go? Why would you want to stay when everything tells you to go? So you want to wait. Why? Why do you want to do what do you think it's important? And 10% is how. So when you're starting something, the how doesn't really matter at this point. It matters when you're so clear on your what and your why. And many people say, no, I need to start with the how. And I would say, no, because you can have the how, but if you're not convinced to what you want and why you want it, then you might be spinning wheels. For example, if you're signed up to go to college and you are not clear on what you want and why you want it, you might end up 2 semesters down the road saying, I don't really want to do this. I don't like this. It's not what I thought it was going to be. And whatever, $20,000, $30,000 later, you are changing the course of where you're going because you were not counting the cost, but no, you had not the power of the why behind it. For example, single mothers. Single mothers are some of the most amazing drivers in the world, because for a single mother is very clear what she wants. In this case of our example is to feed their babies or children, to feed her child, and she knows why. She's got a big driver of why is she going to do this. And it doesn't matter the how. She is going to jump through hoops when she's so clear on her what and her why. And when you have this clarity, then you can act on the how. And then that's a topic for a different conversation, because the how is so powerful too, but until you have the what and the why clear. So that's something that you want to have so clear for you, because when you're thinking of, am I going to do this? Am I going to follow through? This plan A might not work. In the case of this person that I was talking to, it was saying, plan A might really not work. So I'm going to go to plan B. And plan B, is to make plan A work. That's my plan B. And that was my recommendation. If you're so set and you're so clear, then number one, close the back door. Because if you're committed and if you say you love your spouse the way you're telling me, then why are you even opening and considering to have a back door? Or waiting for your spouse to say the wrong thing, to look at the wrong time at the wrong moment and say the wrong thing and in a way that did not come across well, and then you are ready to haul the troops out of there. When you go after a commitment, make sure that it is what you want. That clarity, you want to be so clear what you want and why you want it. Not go kissing the beast, hoping to turn into a beauty, much to your disappointment. So what is it that you want to do? You want to be clear. You want to know your why, and then your how will show up. So when you are thinking of taking your life to a different level, think of the weight that your commitments have. Because you can stop and you can start and you can stop and you can start and you can stop in the new thing, and then you go to the next shiny object, but then you are diluting your strength. You're diffusing your strength. And what you want to do is have it so clear that you know where you're going and you are concentrating your power into that. And when you're committed, then what's your next step? Number one is have a commitment. Number two, know your whys. And number three is take committed action. What is it that you need to do? Take massive action towards that, to the attainment of that goal, and go for it, wholehearted. And then number four is, if something is not working, then redirect, get help, find the resources to make it work, because you have everything to create and go beyond. And it reminds me about this man that wanted to find gold. And he bought this property where he was so sure that he was going to find the gold. And then he went and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. He was clear on what he wanted. He was clear on his why he wanted it, but then he stopped. And even though he took committed action, but he didn't find a way to redirect. He simply stopped. And he was very disappointed and ended up selling that property. And the person that bought the property all started digging and actually continued the digging. And after 3 feet of digging, he found the gold. So my invitation to you is stopping. Whatever it is, your relationship, not giving the best of you, not giving the best of you towards that book that you're wanting to write, towards that project that you're working towards, your personal development. Stop stopping and follow through. Redirect, find the help that you need. If needed, there's coaching, there's books, there's sources, there's retreat, there's seminars. There's so many different things that you can do. Get help. Because my friend, my invitation for you is, if plan A does not work, then consider plan B, which is in my book, Make Plan A Work.
Thank you for being here today. Find out what opportunities are available for you to start designing a life you love now by checking out the links. I look forward to connecting with you and seeing you live your best life yet. Hugs.